Hi, I'm the BTC Reaper, and my goal on this channel is to teach you how to reap the rewards of trading when the price is going up or down. Texas Proof of Reserves Bill passes House of Representatives. The Texas House of Representatives has approved a bill that will require cryptocurrency exchanges to maintain reserves in an amount sufficient to fill obligations to digital asset customers. This will make sure that customers can fully withdraw. Additionally, the bill will prohibit digital asset service providers from commingling or mixing customer deposits with other accounts. So basically they're saying, hey, no more people like Sam Bankman-Fried. Exchanges will be required to submit an annual report on customer deposits and evidence of assets held by the exchange, documented using a zero-knowledge encryption or a similar industry standard. While customers must be able to access a quarterly accounting of outstanding liabilities and assets held in reserve of their behalf. So this bill basically is pushing crypto to have reports out like you would if you were investing in the stock market. Now, of you that have invested in the stock, you'll see like a company's earnings reports. So we may see crypto earning reports come out of this. Having been approved by the House of Representatives, the bill will pass to the Senate and then later be signed by the governor. If it is approved in both spots, then the bill will come into effect September 2023. Bitcoin mining pools have less power with this upgrade. Well, not really less power, less decentralization. Are Bitcoin mining pools too powerful? Do they make Bitcoin too centralized? Stratum v2, an overhaul in Bitcoin mining, aims to take these questions moot. In the latest release of an open source version of Stratum v2 protocol, developers announced that they have completed job negotiation, an important feature for the wider Bitcoin industry because it gives mining pools less power over transaction selection and gives it to the people actually running the nodes. Even if anyone with the correct hardware is free to mine, miners will probably lose money if they go at it alone. Miners generally sign up with what is known as a mining pool to combine their resources and increase their chances of nabbing Bitcoin rewards. Since 2018, Bitcoin developers have been working on SV2, which connects miners and mining pools in more seamless fashion, making mining more efficient and secure. Stratum v1 is prone to censorship since mining pools are a single point of failure. Regulators could force a mining pool to not include certain transactions if they wanted to, and this upgrade will stop that once it is fully implemented. Many Bitcoiners worry that Bitcoin is too centralized because two pools are roughly 60% of the network. When mining pools use the Stratum v1 protocol, whoever controls the pool has the power to stop certain transactions, and governments could use this as a checkpoint to stop any transaction they don't like. And some pools have even used this to try and make regulators happy by advertising it. The task of transaction selection is now given to an individual miner, instead making pools less of a target. What that means is instead of simply going to Foundry USA and telling them to block certain transactions, the government would have to go to all the hundreds of miners that compose Foundry to make such a request. So this upgrade to Stratum v2 from Stratum v1 will hopefully make the 60% that are held by two mining pools less centralized, as it will give the power to the individual miners and not the person running the mining pool. Ava Labs CEO calls for regulators who can read and audit code. There's not really much useful information in the article. Basically, the Ava Labs CEO is saying, hey, we don't have regulators that really know how to read code. They just know how to pull crap and try and argue over who has control. We need regulators that can read the code, know what the actual product is doing, and tell if it is a good product or not. Not just throwing an arrow at the dartboard and saying, yep, you're good, you're bad. So, I agree with him. On to the charts. Bitcoin dominance is slightly up. Oh, this is on the hour. Not worried about the hour. We're slightly up starting, so that is good for the daily. A little bit of an indecision candle. Money flow is coming out. Stochastic's kind of flat. Our RSI is kind of flat. Stochastic looks like we could get a bearish cross, so that could bring the RSI down since it's not really going anywhere. Our VWAP is overall heading away from the neutral zone, and our momentum is doing the same. So Bitcoin dominance looks like we could start to waver here, which would not be good as we'd start to fall back down, and we really don't have much support for dominance until about 44%. Our total market cap broke out of our rising channel. As I said many times, rising channels are a descending pattern and tend to break bearishly more than they break bullishly. There is a bullish probability, but the probability leans more bearish. Stochastic's heading down, RSI's heading down, momentum's curling and heading down, money flow's coming out, and our VWAP is heading down pretty sharply. So overall, we're looking pretty beat down right now and like we could get a major sell-off. So this is not looking too good for our altcoins right now. Over on Bitcoin, we're at the bottom of the golden pocket. Kind of like I said we would probably hit yesterday. So we pretty much just dumped all the way back down and retraced all these gains from a few weeks ago from the Shanghai upgrade. Our stochastic's falling, our RSI's falling, money flow's about to break bearish in the daily, so the 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hour, and daily are all possibly bearish. We'll have to see if the 1 and 2 hour are still bearish, but I know they were this morning. Our VWAP is heading down, so overall, we're not looking too strong here, and if we don't gain some support since we broke that point of control, it's likely our value area low is going to be the next target. If we can make a little bit of a bounce here, we may hit support our resistance or our point of control somewhere in this area, and then curl back down, hit the value area low. At which point, if we don't get any kind of volume for bullish momentum, we may break down and fill our gap. Over on the 4 hour, we are getting a slight bullish divergence. Momentum's trying to make a higher low as price is making lower lows, so that could help us, but when you have a bearish channel, usually you don't usually you'll see those when they don't play out. We do have a descending channel here on the 4 hour, which is a bullish pattern. So we could get that retest, just kind of break up from this just descending trend we've been in. RSI is falling, our stochastic's trying to make a little bit of a recovery, but it's not really strong overall, it's curling. Our money flow is overall coming out pretty strongly on the 4 hour into the bearish zone, and our VWAP is bearish as well. So I'd say we're pretty bearish leaning, but we could possibly come up, make that retest, and then get slammed down. I would expect probably Saturday, tomorrow, to be a little like on the mellow side, and then maybe Sunday we get that volatile retest, and then maybe Monday we break back down. Not saying that's what's going to happen, that's just what I've seen the last few weeks, how the trend has been. Our stochastic's trying to kind of curl, RSI is trying to head up, money flow overall is coming out, our VWAP is trying to recover, and our momentum is trying to recover as well, but we keep getting slammed down every time we try to recover. So keep that in mind. Over on the 1 hour, we are making lower lows on momentum here as well. We're kind of flagging right here, so we do have possibility of a breakdown from here on the 1 hour. Wouldn't be too volatile, probably take us to 26k. Stochastic's trying to run up, our RSI is trying to head up, our VWAP's trying to run up, and our money flow has a double green dot, or our momentum has that double green dot. Money flow overall is heading out pretty aggressively though, so we do have that money flow in the bearish zones on all our major time frames that we watch. Bitcoin dominance, no new gaps, so we're just going to move along. Over on graph, we broke bearishly out of this pattern, which I warned if we kind of hit the support the way everything was looking, that could be our case, which is why we almost got rid of this the other day, but we didn't. So now we're going to. I'm going to leave this resistance line just to kind of see what happens. Momentum's coming down, stochastic's heading down, we have red dot in our momentum, money flow's coming out, our VWAP is heading down, so all our indicators are coming down. Our next support area, if we break out here, would possibly be this 11.3 area. If we don't find support there, well then probably somewhere in this lower zone right here. Over on the 4 hour, we are in a bit of a rising channel here. I forget where the parallel channel, there we go. Bit of a rising channel there. Rising channels are a bearish pattern, so we may come back up and then ultimately break back down. This is a pretty wide channel too, so that would be a more significant breakdown, and that'd take us right around that area I just said. So ironically enough, we could go there. Our RSI is falling down, stochastic's trying to make a recovery. Our money flow wants to go bullish, but doesn't really know where it wants to be right now. VWAP's pretty much the same. Our momentum's pretty oversold, but we're coming down. So not looking too good, but odds are we could push up as everything's pretty oversold, or we could just continue just crashing down very violently, as we do have a ways to go for that CME gap. Momentum is making a double green dot, but did get invalidated by a red dot right away. Money flow is trying to come back up on the 2 hour. Our stochastic's trying to make a bullish cross. Our RSI is trying to point up. If we can get some momentum here, we may be able to save ourselves, but we're going to have to break bullishly out of this channel before we can confirm that, because a bullish movement from here would just be what we're expecting for the channel. Our momentum has a double green dot here, suggesting we could move up. Stochastic's running up, RSI is pointing up, VWAP's heading up. Our money flow overall is coming out very aggressively. So unless our money flow starts to turn around, I wouldn't be too hopeful on any kind of a sustained movement. Over on Anchor, we've pretty much broken out of our pattern here too. So we're going to get rid of that. Kind of kills that nice breakout we could have had, and we're pretty much in the rising channel here as well. That could break us down. So odds are it would probably take us to this value area low, as it's not really that wide of a channel. Our stochastic's heading down, momentum's heading down. Money flow overall is coming out. Our VWAP is trying to recover, but everything else is looking pretty bearish and falling pretty harsh. We did break this little micro value area low, so we did retest and reject it. So that could mean we're going to go to this value area low on our macro level. So just keep that in mind. VWAP's heading down, RSI's heading down. Stochastic tried to cross bullishly, but looks like it's going to reject. Money flow is getting close to falling into the bearish territory and rejecting here, and our VWAP is falling down. So the 4 hour isn't looking too strong here right now for Anchor. Over on the 2 hour, our momentum is coming down. Stochastic's coming down, could try to curl. Our RSI is trying to get a little bit of a curl here. We'll have to see if it can move forward, but that stochastic will have to come with it. Money flow is getting close to trying to cross bullish, kind of flip-flopping around, doesn't know where it wants to be. And our VWAP is trying to head up as well. So looking like we could get a little bit of a bullish push here, but we're going to need some momentum to sustain it. Double green dot on our momentum on the 1 hour. VWAP is kind of heading up, not too strong. Stochastic's heading up. RSI is kind of going sideways, even though it's starting to get some strength, so watch out for that. Our momentum's getting a double green dot and trying to curl up. So we are trying to push forward. We'll have to see if this momentum can sustain and if money flow can start to curl upwards. Over on XRP, we've fallen right around to where I suggested we could. RSI's falling, stochastic's falling, momentum's falling. Money flow's breaking bearish, kind of starting to be aggressive. Our stochastic's falling, and you can see our momentum's in the bearish zone pretty deep right now. We could get a bounce here. If we're not able to make this our support, then we do have this other support around the 38-cent level. Over on the 4 hour, RSI is heading down. Stochastic's trying to make a bullish move up. Money flow is overall coming out very weakly. Our VWAP's coming out very weakly. Momentum's coming down. Rejected, crossing upwards, so that's not a good sign for us. We could see some continued down action. 2 hour momentum's trying to cross bullish and move forward. Get a green dot rather, sorry. Our money flow is trying to head up. Our VWAP's trying to cross the neutral zone and head upwards. Our stochastic's trying to make a bullish cross. and our RSI is pointing up pretty sharply. So it's looking decent for a move up. We'll just need some momentum to propel us forward. What the heck is this? Well, apparently Algorand has issues. But we fall into our support area, down below our value area low. Money flow is coming out pretty aggressively, VWAP's coming down, momentum's coming down pretty aggressive, stochastics beat down, RSI is pretty beat down, looking very similar to everything else. Money flow's in the red in the 4 hours, stochastics trying to recover, RSI is falling though, VWAP's heading bearish, and our momentum's getting a red dot that could confirm, so we could get some continued downside, but we do have a descending channel here. Over on the 2 hour, our stochastic could try to curl sometime soon. RSI is trying to point up with a green dot that could confirm. Our VWAP is trying to head upwards. Money flow overall is coming out. And our momentum setting up bullish divergences that are trying to push us forwards. Over on the 1 hour, we have a double green dot in momentum and is trying to curl up. Money flow is trying to curl up and head upwards, so this can cross bullish. That would be good for us. Our stochastic's trying to head up with a bullish cross, and our RSI is trying to recover as well. So if this can continue, that'll give us some strength into our higher time frames, and we could move forward from here. Thank you for watching tonight's video. I hope you have a wonderful night.